So the next technique we're going to look at is tapotement. Now this is the rhythmical striking of the tissues. Now,
sounds good.
Typically it's only used or most used in pre-event massage, but when it's done correctly it can be a really useful tool. But you need really good rhythm to use it.
You do, and you lose it so often when you're doing it, don't
Yeah.
you? It's so funny at times. Okay, so this technique is very different to all the others. Its main aim is to stimulate. You're stimulating the muscles, you're stimulating the nerve endings, and you're stimulating the mind. You want your client to get off the couch and be ready for their event. They want to attack it. So you're there to just give them a little bit of a pick up and get them going with this technique.
So typically there are a whole range of variations. Some include flicking, that's not particularly pleasant. Now we're going to look at 4 key different types of tapotement which you can adapt into your massage. Now they take a huge amount of practice, as Tamsin sort of already mentioned. Now when you're practicing, don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. You're going to go wrong.
You are.
You're going to lose your rhythm, you're going to change your balance. So don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, but have a go at all of them. Typically, most people use the first 2 that we're going to look at. Now those are hacking and cupping. But the other 2 that we're going to look at, beating and pounding, will give you a really good variety as well.
Okay, so a couple of rules to go through before we continue and talk about the techniques. So generally you keep this technique to the end, so you save it for the end. So what I generally do is massage one side, cup or hack all the way through both fronts of the legs, turn the client over, treat the back of the legs and hack or cup or whatever I decide through the back of the legs. They get up and go and do their event. The other thing is you can do it directly onto skin, which is going to be more stimulating, but you can also do it through clothes or towels. So if you're in an event and somebody's still got running tights and things like that on, you don't have to worry about that. 2 really important things is to keep moving.
Yeah.
Do not hack or cup in the same spot. It's awful. It's really, really, really painful. And the other thing that's really key to avoid is hacking or cupping, or a tapotement, should I say, over joints or bony areas, because again, it's really uncomfortable and not pleasant for your client. It does hurt. It's just not nice.
So the first variety that we're going to sort of talk about and show you in the video is hacking. Now again, it's a rhythmical chopping type motion, but it's keeping your hands relaxed, so it's not obviously actually chopping. By keeping your fingers relaxed and loose, that will absorb some of the shock out of the movement and make it really comfortable for your client.
On the video, have a listen to the sound for this, because
Absolutely.
you'll clearly hear. Try it on somebody that's brave enough as well to have stiff fingers and relaxed fingers, and try it on yourself, and you will see the difference and you will feel the difference and you'll hear the difference. You'll know which one to aim at. Okay, so the next technique is cupping. Again, so this isn't slapping, this is cupping. So your hands are in a cup shape, not a flat hand shape, and it will make a difference. So again, try this on yourself. If you've got a flat hand, it will sound very slappy. If you've got a cup hand, it'll be like the sound they make with coconuts on radio shows to demonstrate horses.
So the next variation that we're going to look at is beating. Again, obviously you're not beating your client up, but it's the motion of beating eggs. So it's a sort of a slightly closed fist, but loose, dropping alternate hands onto the client's tissue. So going in a round and round motion. So the idea is to brush off the edge of the tissue.
Cool. And the final one is pounding. So this one's quite a hard one to describe, but again, it's a loose fist and you're kind of dropping them down onto your client. So kind of fingers facing down. So that's the part that strikes the client. Again, nice and rhythmical even, and loose fingers.
So some of these you can obviously use more often than others. If you're doing a lot of pre-event stuff, this is obviously going to be really, really useful for you. Again, they take a lot of practice. So go away, look at the video, watch the slow motion, listen to the sound they make, and see how you get on.
Enjoy the video.